Ahoy, y'all! Smooth as a drink to.
Hi.
Hi, I am Finn. This is Mr. Smith.
I am.
And in today's episode, we're talking about another 80s action extravaganza.
80s banger.
Yep, it's Commando. Oh, that's terrible. What was that?
Commando.
Commando from 1985. Or 1986 if you live in the UK. Didn't come out till the year afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Before we go on, don't forget to subscribe and rate and review.
Like and share and...
Yada, all that stuff. And if you're listening to this instead of watching on YouTube, go over to YouTube and subscribe there, because there's even more stuff. You know? Reviews and trailers and blah, blah, blah. You know, if you wouldn't mind...
Nonsense, yeah.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind...
You've got nothing else on.
So, Commando from 1985, directed by Mark L. Lester, and produced by Joel Silver.
Yes.
And a bunch of other people. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ray Dawn Chong, Dan Hedaya, Vernon Wells, James Olsen, David Patrick Kelly, Bill Duke, and Alyssa Milano.
Yep.
Yes, the plot... You got the plot in front of you.
Oh, shit. A retired Special Forces colonel tries to save his daughter, who was abducted by his former subordinate.
Uh-huh.
And that is it.
That's it. I fucking love the taglines
Yeah.
for this. There's 4 different taglines. One of them, they hunted him down. They murdered his friends. Now they've taken the one thing he would kill for, his only daughter. May heaven help them. The one thing he'd kill for. He's killed many times in the past.
He was a former commando. I mean,
another one. Somewhere, somehow, someone's going to pay.
Okay.
Yep. This one. If there's a mission that no man could survive, then he's the man for the job.
Does that mean he won't survive?
Yeah. If there's anyone who's going to die on a mission, it's him.
These all sound like 4 o'clock in the morning sort of decisions. Like, just put that. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter.
And my personal favourite, let's party.
Yeah, that's the one on the poster.
Let's party.
Let's party.
There are
He
no
says
parties.
it halfway through in it.
Does he?
Let's party. He does. Well, right at the end, he says it.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So the film starts with Garbage Day.
Yeah, worst bin men ever.
Yeah.
They literally drive past all the houses.
To one specific house.
To one house.
And there's a guy who he wakes up and he's like, oh, I didn't realise it was Garbage Day. So he takes out the rubbish and the bin men greet him with Uzis.
Yeah, they shoot him.
They shoot him a lot.
He's just trying to give him their bins. He's like, can you take my rubbish? And they're like, no. And they shoot him.
No.
A lot. Like, more than necessary.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, he's dead, and they shoot him again.
But yeah, he's got to be dead.
Yeah, making sure.
Proper dead.
Yeah.
After that, Bill Duke, who's one of the guys,
Mac from Predator.
Yeah, Mac from Predator. He goes to buy a car, and this is all like in before the opening credits. He goes to buy a car, but he steals it from the showroom.
Yeah, he goes, you know what I like best about it? The price.
Yeah. And
just drives it. Well, hitting the salesman on the way out.
Yeah, so the salesman who throws himself in front of the car.
Yeah.
Just like...
Because he's like, I get paid so much that I'll put
commission!
my life on the line for this car.
No car salesman would do that.
Yeah, but that means that was part of Bill Duke's plan as well. It's like, if I pretend to steal this car, he's definitely going to throw himself in front of it, and I'll kill him.
Yeah, and he does. He kills this salesman and it drives off. Also, we find out not too long after this that Bill Duke is obviously a bad person, and they're part of this kind of group of sort of mercenaries, and they're being funded by some big evil guy. Why is he stealing a car?
I don't know, but I mean, when he steals it, he drives it through a plate glass window, like he hits a bloke with it, and then he hits a car on the way out. So it's no good to him now anyway. Yeah. It's fucked.
But what? It doesn't. Why is he stealing it?
At all.
We can fund your operation and buy you all the guns, but you got to provide your own cars.
Yeah. When you kill this person, you have to make an absolute fucking scene about it. You could just stroll in and shoot the bloke.
Yeah. The LAPD are all over him.
Yeah. Also, we're going to need you to hire a bin van.
Yeah, you could just walk up to his house and shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. But no. Just get a bin van. The mistake they've made, obviously, is they've gone, right, we want you to kill these guys. No expense spared. Whatever you need. So just go nuts.
There's another guy in a hot air balloon with a sniper rifle. Worth it.
One in a submarine.
So anyway, and then Vernon Wells, his character, and this is the guy, he was in Mad Max 2.
Yes.
And he's playing a Freddie Mercury lookalike in this.
Yeah,
So
he's
got
a
the
bizarre
moustache.
shape and everything, this guy.
We cut to Vernon Wells and he gets on a boat,
Yeah.
which Bill Duke fucking Mountbattens.
Yeah, with a handy pocket-sized remote control. Well, pocket-sized if you're Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking... I mean, people must have seen that. He's like, I'll just... Here we go. Click.
So he
Fucking huge.
he blows up the boat and it's like, oh no, Vernon Wells is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut to chainsaw and muscles.
Yes, lingering close-ups of Arnie's arms and shoes. And all of a sudden, he's carrying a tree.
Yeah, just to show how fucking strong this guy
Yeah.
is. He's carrying a whole tree.
A whole tree.
A fucking tree.
Literally, a redwood.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, how can we need to show he's really strong.
Yeah.
Well, look at him. That's not enough. Can we have him carrying something?
Yeah.
A tree? I bet a tree wasn't even the first, like, fucking thing. A submarine. A house. He's carrying the house.
Yeah. He's relocating and he's picked up his entire dwelling.
But yeah, we've got Arnold carrying an entire tree. This is in his... He lives in the hills.
He lives, in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, it's all in California, but he's got some sweet little setup there. And then he's just chopping wood to sexy saxophone music.
Yeah. It's wildly fucking weird. Like, some of the music in this film is just oddly placed, like, for what's going on.
And then we have, and it turns out, he's living there and he's got a daughter. This is Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
And then we have a daddy-daughter montage.
Yeah, which is where the music gets a bit weird, because there's a bit where it gets really intense and they're eating ice cream.
Yeah, they're eating ice cream. They
Yeah.
feed some wild deer.
Yeah.
They go fishing. And then, like, he goes to the fridge and she's just randomly made a card for him that says, I love you, Dad. It's like, it's so cheesy.
It is fucking weird. It's like, there's never been a daddy-daughter relationship like this.
No.
Or any parent and any child.
Yeah, they could not be happier.
Yeah,
even
literally.
though they don't have a mum.
Yeah. And she's never mentioned.
No, never
Like, at
mentioned.
all.
She's
Like,
dead.
I think
divorced.
Arnie birthed her. This is a sequel to to Junior.
This is the child.
Yeah.
And then there's a Saturday eating breakfast, and Arnold.
His first line is a little bit of bigotry.
Was it? He's confused by Boy George.
Why don't they just call him Girl George? Cut out all the confusion.
He's like, Dad, you're so old.
And then he's like, when rock and roll came to East Germany, or wherever is it East Germany? Yeah.
They called it communism.
They called it subversive. Maybe they're right.
What are you talking about, Arnold?
What the fuck?
And then a helicopter shows up at his house.
Yeah.
Because he has room for a helicopter to land. This guy's loaded.
Yeah, he's built enough space for a helicopter pad.
Yeah.
Just in case.
And an old army guy gets out, and is it General Kirby?
Major
Kirby.
Major Kirby.
Yeah,
Major Kirby gets out the helicopter. Doesn't ring the bell or knock on the door, just yells at the house.
John, are you in there?
John!
Why don't you try knocking on the door?
Yeah.
Ringing the bell? Just stand outside his house with a helicopter whirling behind you in the background going, John, are you in there?
Yeah. Matrix manages to sneak up on him. Can't be hard. There's a fucking helicopter still going in the background. He can't hear anything, and he's yelling.
Also, there's men with him that don't say anything
At all.
No, like Major. There's a guy behind. No, they're just completely.
Nothing at all.
So yeah, Major Kirby or General Kirby, who the fuck he is, he shows up and he says, "Listen, someone's been killing your men, and they're now coming after you. We've no idea who it is." But we'll nail the bastards. That's what he says.
And he names the men as well. He names these guys that are dead. And he mentions Bennett. At this point, we don't know who Bennett is. We don't know that it's what's his name?
Vernon Wells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been no suggestion that he's Bennett.
Yeah. Also, they have no idea who's killing him, so they don't actually know that they're coming after him. It could be him.
It could be. Yeah. My God, yeah, that could have been a whole different film.
Listen,
and he's just like,
Arnold,
don't worry about it.
Arnold. His name is John Matrix. In this film, which is. This sounds like a character that Mac from It's Always Sunny came up with. Listen, John Matrix. Where have you been the last couple of weeks? Because a lot of people you know are now dead. It wasn't me.
It's just been here with my daughter. Just me and my daughter and a deer and no one else.
And this ice cream.
Yeah.
So, someone's killing all of his men. They're going to come after him, but they're going to get him. And then the Major's like, right, I'm off.
He goes, yeah, I'm going to leave these two guys with you.
Jackson and Harris.
Absolutely, definitely, 100% up to the job. There's absolutely no... You're perfectly safe now.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to look after you. And then 30 seconds later, they are shot and killed.
Yeah, Jackson and Harris, they're there to protect him. Potentially from they don't know how many people...
Yeah,
I'm imagining this Major has an army at his disposal. He's brought 2 guys.
Yeah.
2 guys just to protect these people. But yeah, then out of nowhere, some guy just fucking shows up. He's got a machine gun and instantly shoots Jackson and Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says something about staying downwind, and the what is it? Jackson. One of them survives long enough for him to go. Remember to stay down. He goes, "What am I supposed to smell them?" He goes, "I did."
Yeah, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah,
then?
why did you not mention it then? You smelt them just as they were shooting.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that information, Arnold. You could have told me before I was fucking shot that you could smell them coming. Jesus Christ.
And then, Matrix...
Let's go to the shed to get his gun.
Going to the shed. And he has enough time to wander through his back garden because these ambushers haven't thought to surround the house. They're just coming at the front.
Yep.
So he wanders through his back garden, goes to his weapons shed.
Where he has many weapons and gets weapons.
Yeah.
And then he somehow runs onto the roof.
Yep.
Suddenly a shot. It's like... I don't know. It's like he's just stepped onto the roof of the house, and
just
he's now
one stride.
Yeah, and now he's running along the roof. How? Even if this is a single-story building, how? It's not shown.
Backflipped up there.
How the fuck he does that? Then he gets back into his house, and Jackson obviously didn't smell anybody because he's had his throat slit now.
Yeah, and they predicted what door he was coming in because they've lent him up against it so that he falls out when. Why is there a door on the roof?
Yeah. Why have they propped his dead body up against it? Must have slit his throat and then picked up his body.
Yeah, and then just stand there. And he's a dead body. And then just stand in front. There you go, he's fine. Whoop.
Then we have this cool little scene. There's this confrontation between Arnold Schwarzenegger when he finally gets in and this villainous, goateed, long-haired, evil-looking guy.
One of the bad guys.
Yeah, he's
just sat there.
He's just sat there in a chair, and he's like, "Listen, we've got your daughter. This is kind of this is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you got to play
quite
nice."
Reasonably explains the terms of the kidnapping.
Yes, and he goes right, and he's wrong, and he shoots the guy straight in the fucking head and kills him,
which is unreasonable.
Yeah, but it's a cool scene because you really think that this guy is the main villain.
Yeah,
this is
for a second.
Yeah, you think, oh, this guy must be the main villain. Look how badass he is. He's just sat there, chilled as fuck. And Arnold's like, no, bang. Yeah. He just kills him straight away. They're like, oh, I guess that's just another dead guy. That's fine. That's fine. So they're leaving his compound or whatever with his daughter.
Yeah. So he runs down.
He pushes his car down a hill.
Well, he runs over to his car and they've stolen his engine and replaced it with extension cables. He just reaches in and pulls out all these cables. And he's like, ah.
So he pushes his car down a hill, then jumps into it.
Yeah.
The idea is they're going down the road and he's going to fucking circumvent all that. Yeah. And just go straight across all that and crash into them.
Yeah.
But he misses.
Twice
somehow.
Yeah, he misses them twice. Even though at one point it looks like he's driving down the same bit of hill twice.
It does, yeah, it's the same shot twice. But he misses them, but then he slows right down enough for them to come around the next bend and misses them again, and then just crashes his car, which then blows up. And he's apprehended. And then Vernon Wells shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he's not dead. Oh, yeah, why did they fake his death then?
Exactly, it makes no sense, that bit at all. Was it? It's Bennett. Aside from being one of the names of the dead men, we have no backstory for him at all. He goes, "Oh, Bennett," and we're like, I think No, that Bennett's dead.
No.
Like, who is this? But we literally. So Bennett just gives us a quick recap, just so we know what his motivation is. He's
Arnold kicked him out of the
You kicked me out
unit.
of your unit, so now I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Still not enough. Still seems like
Arnie was like a commando, I guess.
Yeah.
In charge of like a super elite unit, and all these dudes were in it. But this Bennett guy was kicked out for reasons that are never explained.
Yeah. He goes, guess what? This is payback. This is payback, Matrix. And guess what? It's payday.
Also, he looks like the guy from the YMCA, but he's also wearing chainmail.
Oh, the chainmail vest is a whole
Why is
vibe,
he wearing
mate.
chainmail?
It's brilliant. It's wildly stupid, but it's excellent.
It's never, and also, it's not explained how he survived the boat exploding or why they faked his death.
Yeah, why they bothered.
No. Say money.
Yeah, again.
Just no expense.
When was getting to get no expense bed. Oh, can I fake my own death?
Yeah.
Blow me up.
In a boat? Yeah, let's do that. And then they shoot Arnold with a tranquilizer dart.
Yes.
Why didn't they just do that in the first place?
Yeah, that could have happened hours ago. And then Arnie wakes up to a circle of men looking down at him.
Yes. Being led by the lawyer from the Addams family. It's Tully.
Oh, yeah.
Tully, the lawyer from the Addams family. It turns out he is the bad guy. He's the one funding everything.
Tanned Dan Hedaya.
Yeah.
He's playing a South American dictator.
Yeah, he's
just so much fake tan.
And they tell him about sort of the backstory. Basically, Tully is a disposed dictator of a country called Valverde.
Yes.
Which is a fictional South American country. That's actually mentioned in
quite a few films.
A number of films from the 80s
Predator
and 90s.
as well, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's mentioned in Predator. I know it's mentioned in Die Hard 2.
Yep.
And this guy, Tully, he wants John Matrix, Arnold Schwarzenegger, to kill the current president of Valverde.
Yeah.
So that he can once again become the dictator. And he thinks John's going to be able to do this because apparently John Matrix and the president of Valverde are friends.
They're besties. Well, because Matrix helped put him in power by deposing this guy.
Yes.
By Dan Hedaya.
Yeah. And so, Tan Dan, the man,
it's
hired his entire squad that also helped him, I'm assuming, to kill him.
Yeah. It's all very convoluted.
Yes.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. They're reasoning. At one point, Arnie goes, why didn't you just get Bennett to do it? And I was like, yeah, why don't you? And he's like, well, you two are friends, so you can get up close to him. Can't snipe him? You can't. Surely there's a way.
No, this is what I've decided to go with, and that's what's happening. So they go over to the airport, and Arnold's being escorted by David Patrick Kelly and Stanley from that episode of The Office where they went to Florida. So he's got
a big Hawaiian shirt on and the hat. Yeah, and the other guy is a tiny, tiny man.
Yeah, David
Sully.
Patrick Kelly playing Sully. Yeah, Sully is not a big bloke.
No,
That's where you get the line, "You're a funny guy, Sully.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kill you last."
That's it. And he looks like he's wearing his either older brother's or his dad's suit.
Oh God, he looks like, you see it later on when he's leaving the airport.
Yeah.
Sully looks fucking ridiculous.
It looks like he's got a suit that's way too big for it. Even the tie is too big for him.
The tie is square.
It's like dangling down between his
and
legs.
The trousers are like really high. You're like, what the fuck?
And the jacket comes down to his knees. Like he's bunched it up, but like he's had to roll up the arms so much they're just bunched. They look like he's wearing water wings.
So they put Arnold on a plane to Valverde.
Yeah, but just before, I mean, Sully is a vile little man.
Oh yeah,
and he's he makes this. He says that's the reason Matrix says that to him is he goes, oh yeah, gives him some money. He goes, get some beers on the plane. It'll give all the boys more time with your daughter, who is a child.
Yeah.
And that's when he goes, you're a funny guy, like, I'll kill you last. And you're like, just kill him now. Like, the guy is slime.
He really is.
And he gets worse.
He does. Somehow he does, yeah. They put Arnold on the plane with Stanley from The Office.
Yeah.
But Arnold kills him by the old elbow to the face and then neck break on a packed plane.
On a packed plane.
That nobody notices.
At all.
And then he just puts a a hat over his head.
And puts a blanket over him.
Yeah.
And puts the pillow under his head.
So it's like, "He not disturb my friend. He's dead tired."
Dead tired.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, the zingers in this film are great.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure when people die, they void their bowels.
Apparently.
Yeah. So 11 hours on a plane, someone's going to notice that guy has shit in himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
not pleasant.
Oh yeah, the plane's taking off to Valverde.
Oh yeah, this is the first. He asks how long the flight is. Apparently, it's 11 hours.
11 hours. Yeah.
From California to South America.
Yeah, it's got to be really South America.
I'm pretty sure it's 11 hours from here to Thailand.
It's 11 hours from here to California.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plane's going to take off, but obviously Arnold's having none of that. So he gets up. This is when the air stewardess, obviously the plane is taxiing, and the air stewardess is like, "Oh, you need to be seated." He's like, "I'm airsick." And she's like, "Oh, okay." They're on the ground.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's just like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah. He escapes the plane.
Well, he goes through a load of doors marked "Do not open during flight." He literally rips this whole thing down that says "Do not open during flight." Therefore, I mean, pretty much endangering the lives of everyone on this packed fucking commercial flight.
Yep.
11 hours.
Yep. So he escapes the plane as it's taking off.
Yeah, he gets down onto one of the wheels.
See, he gets down onto the landing gear as it's going bombing along the runway, and you're thinking like, "Oh, he's going to jump off and do like a tuck and roll."
Tuck and roll.
No, he waits for it to fucking take off, and he gets like 100 feet in the air.
Yeah,
and then he just jumps, sort of falls off,
and lands in a puddle.
He lands in like reed beds. It's like
it's I mean, he literally lands and just stands up. I mean, it's no deeper than a puddle.
I know he should be.
Yeah, he should easily be dead.
Yeah, not even like
no legs, like workable legs anymore.
So like all McCoxic, it's literally like boing. Oh, okay, I'm off. It's like, oh wow,
wander through.
Yeah, and then he sets
his watch.
He has the world's loudest digital watch.
Yeah,
it's like beep, beep, beep. You're not gonna be able to sneak up with anybody.
The alarm goes off on that. Yeah, he's got 11 hours to kill everyone.
Yeah,
until they realise he's not on the flight.
Yeah, it's basically And Sully is still at the airport, and he's trying to chat up a woman who's on the phone.
Yeah, literally, it doesn't even let her finish the call.
Yeah, she's on the phone, like, talking to someone who's like, "Hey!
Yeah.
What's your name?" Like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a weird little man talking to me? This is another air stewardess who becomes basically the main lady of the film.
Yeah.
Her name is Cindy, but it's never mentioned.
It must be mentioned once.
I swear to God,
maybe I looked it up.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
I swear they never mentioned this woman's name throughout the entire film.
Yeah,
but it is Cindy, apparently.
Yeah, I can't think of a time when they would.
Nope.
I mean, Arnie doesn't ask.
No, he doesn't care. So he's creeping out the woman, and then he follows the woman to the car park, and he's trying to like chat her up still, and she's like, "Listen, leave me alone." So of course he's like, "Fucking whore."
Yeah.
And
like,
walks
I've
off.
got something to show you. It's like, it's going to be a tiny penis.
Out of your weird
it's going to take you an hour to find it in your giant trousers.
But John is there, and he snuck up on her. He's somehow managed to get from the... I guess technically, when he lands in the rebed, he is outside of the airport.
Yeah.
He's got back into the airport somehow.
Yeah, and then ran to the car park.
To the
car park. But yeah, she managed to get rid of a sex pest, and she's immediately accosted by a giant man.
Yeah. He's like, well, basically, so she's getting in her car, and he gets in the car, and he rips out the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Why?
So he can duck down easier? I think so Sully doesn't see him?
I don't know.
I think that's the logic behind it, but it seems a bit much. But it's just
again, it's just like... Oh, how can we show how strong he is? He could rip out the passenger seat of the car. Why? Ooh. But then, so yeah, he's basically getting... He can't drive himself, apparently. He's getting this random Cindy woman to follow Sully in the car. And then we see him, and he's just sat there in what was the passenger seat.
Yeah.
On like what? A metal bar?
On the metal floor, I guess.
This is really uncomfortable. It's like, maybe you shouldn't rip my fucking seat out, Arnold.
There's quite a funny line where she's like, trying to she's like, what's this all about? And he goes, a man I trusted wants me dead. And she's like, it's understandable. I've only known you 5 minutes and I want you dead.
She actually gets some quite good lines in this.
She's not bad at all.
So they follow Sully to a shopping mall.
Yeah.
Where Sully is meeting a guy in a bar buying drugs or something.
Andy says, I hear you're a guy that's good with engines. So I was like, is he the one who stole the engine from the car?
I don't know.
And then he passes over some money to him and he gives him a load of passports.
Yeah, I don't.
None of this is explained. There's no reason for any of this.
No. Also, we see that Sully's a really shit car parker. He can't park a car at all. So they followed him to the shopping mall, and Arnold is like to Cindy, this woman, I need you to go over and flirt with him.
Yeah.
And then bring him over to me.
Yeah.
Why he can't do the rest. Go over to him.
Yeah.
Like he's like a foot bigger than Sully.
Literally.
He could crush him like an ant. Like it does. Why? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So she goes over, doesn't do what he asks, and dobs him into Paul Blart, the mall cop.
Yeah, the mall cop. Who calls...
He sees how big Arnold is. He calls all the other Paul Blarts like, I think I'm going to need some help with this.
Also, this is the most highly protected shopping mall in the world. Yeah. It has an army of security
20
guards.
Easily. All armed.
Like, at least 20. I mean, there's got to be 40 or 50 blokes all in that uniform getting thrown in a minute.
Yeah. But, they accost Arnold, who beats the shit out of them, and it all fucking kicks off.
Well, first of all, Sully gets to show just how vile a fucking specimen he is, because he turns around to that guy and he goes, this used to be a great place for hunting Slash.
Oh yeah, he calls it Slash.
Yeah, just die. But yeah, so then
it all kicks off with the Paul Blarts and Arnold and Sully. It's going like people are getting shot, beaten up. Paul Blarts are dying left and fucking right.
Well, the first person to actually fire a shot is the guy that Sully was talking to in the bar. All the rest of it's kind of fighting at the moment.
Yeah.
And then this guy, who has no reason for this, by the way. He could have just left.
Yeah.
Could have walked away and nobody would have known he was involved. But he for some reason runs out and he starts blasting. Just to be, I'm involved. And then he gets shot and falls over the thing with and his suitcase full of money goes everywhere.
Yeah, that's it.
But he could have just left.
And then Sully hides in a phone box, isn't it?
Yeah,
which Arnold picks up.
Just fucking bench presses it.
Yeah, basically.
Like tips Sully out.
Oh god. And then it's all kicking off. There's fighting, there's people getting shot, Paul Blarts are dying left and right, everything's being smashed up. It's fucking chaos. Sully escapes in his car though, and a car chase basically starts. And this woman has now had a change of heart.
Yeah. For some reason. One of these Paul Blarts is about to shoot Matrix, and she goes no and bashes him out the way.
Yeah. And then so she's changed her mind and she's gonna go with Arnold to chase Sully. And then she's like ranting like, oh my god, all the stuff that just happened, like I've been accosted, I've had to try and I've been shot at.
She basically recounts the last 10 minutes of the film.
Basically tells us what we've just watched. She's like, you gonna tell me what's going on? And I was like, no. So, oh, okay. I mean, I'm helping you here. I totally don't have to, but I'm helping you, and you're still not gonna tell me that. No. Okay. I'll just
you
shut up.
Tell me what's going on? He goes, well, you seem to have a handle on it. You've just said it.
Yeah. So the car chase takes him to what looks like Mulholland Drive.
Yes.
And
he rams Sully off the road.
Yeah, he rams Sully's car, and Sully's car basically flips over. And John and Cindy crash directly into a wooden pole at about 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In a pretty small sports car.
Which is missing the passenger seat.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't have
Arnie
an airbag.
At least, no, Arnie's driving now.
Arnie's driving
so
at this
Cindy's
point.
Dead.
Yeah. But no, they're fine. Like not even a
scratch.
Yeah, not even a oh gosh. It's literally crash. Okay, let's go. What?
Arnie literally just strolls over, doesn't he? And just grabs Sully.
They're both fine. Yeah, he grabs Sully and dangles him by his foot off a cliff.
Yeah.
And this is where you get the line, which is in our intro.
Yeah. Is it
Promise to kill you last?
Is it remember Sully when I promised to kill you last? That's right, Matrix, you did.
I lied.
I lied.
And he drops him. And he's dead.
Then he decides he's going to take Sully's car.
Yeah, so obviously, as we said, Sully's car is on its side at this point. Yeah. But again, just to show how strong he is, he just
flips it over,
pushes it back over, and gets in and drives away. The car at this point has somehow magically got, like, it was obviously scratched up and damaged.
Yeah.
When they drive it off, not a scratch on it.
No, not at all.
It is fine. It's perfect.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it until they get to that motel, and then it's fucked again.
Yeah. It sense. Meanwhile, Tully, Tan Dan, the main villain, him and the boys have arrived at a place.
Yeah, a big house.
Yeah, someplace. I thought it was in Valverde, but later on you find out it's not. It's not. But they've arrived at some place with Alyssa Milano, and they throw her in a room and lock her in there.
Yeah, big empty room.
Yeah,
and she cries because she's bored because that room's empty. There's nothing to do.
No, not a beanie baby in sight.
Nothing at all.
No. So yeah, John arrives. Oh yeah, before they killed Sully, he had a motel key room.
Oh yeah. He takes the key off him.
So they go.
That's why he's like, yeah, you can't kill me because you won't know. And he goes, well, I found this.
So yeah, I know where to go.
So I know where to go.
So yeah, John and Cindy arrive at the motel in Sully's car, which was, let's say, it's now trashed again.
Yeah,
it was trashed. It was fine. Now it's trashed again. Whatever.
Also, this motel seems to have had the same interior decorator as the Bayside Diner in the original Saved by the Bell. Like, it's all like neon,
pink neon
all over the place, and those glass walls, with that was big in the 80s with the glass squares.
Yes, yeah. So he goes to the motel. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, as in why he was going there. But Bill Duke arrives at the motel.
Yeah, he's supposed to meet Sully there
for reasons.
Yeah.
So Bill Duke arrives and they fight.
Yeah,
a big old fight.
Yeah, he gets
trashing this motel room.
He gets Cindy to answer the door to him and rips her shirt open.
They
could have unbuttoned it, but he just rips it open and he's like, "Yeah, pretend that you're banging Sully and Sully's in the shower or something."
Bill Duke would never believe that Sully would unbutton a woman's clothes.
Yeah, also, Bill Duke would never believe that Sully could have pulled Cindy. And he'd be like, "What? But Sully's a horrendous man. What are you doing?"
They're fighting, and this is where Cindy has these hilarious, she's watching the fight, and she's like, I can't believe this macho bullshit.
Well, he goes, Duke's goes, scared motherfucker, you should be. This green beret's gonna kick your big ass. And then Arnie's like, I eat green berries for breakfast. Yeah. And that's when she does that, I can't believe this macho bullshit.
Yeah, and then they're fighting, and another one she comes out with is, these guys eat way too much red meat.
Yeah.
Apparently, when they were filming that, all of her reactions were filmed separately, and she ad-libbed it all.
Oh, nice.
Which is brilliant. Which makes it even funnier.
She should have been a much bigger star than she
was. Yeah.
Yeah, Matrix roly-polies Mac into the next room. He just kind of flips over. Mac goes flying into this other room and interrupts what looks like a bloke being pegged by this woman.
Yeah.
Because she's behind him.
Yeah, they're in the classic doggy-style position, except she is behind him.
Yep.
So we can only assume there is some pegging going on.
There is some pegging going on.
There's something for everybody in this film.
Yeah, absolutely. It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah. Also, they didn't hear what was going on in the next room.
No, they're not. They've
gunshots.
There's there's a bit where Mac from Predator's gun must have tiny, tiny bullets because he fires it at this armoire thing, and all it does is explode a little cup. Nothing else. Just this cup goes.
But this couple was so into the pegging. Is that gunshots?
Shh! Yeah, just peg me, woman.
And eventually Arnold kills Bill Duke.
He uppercuts him onto a table leg.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I thought it's just an upturned table.
I thought it was just a random piece of wood.
No, it is a table leg that's been overturned, and he uppercuts him, and he lands on it. And Ray Dawn Chong does a little vomit face.
Yeah, the couple have just left at this point.
I assume so. I assume they've just gone, or they just sat there in shock.
Ran away.
They're just waiting for them to leave so they can carry on.
They run away with a strap on between their legs.
Yeah.
So now. They find out through, I don't know, plot or script that they need to go to a fuel depot.
Well, they search Mac's car and find a receipt for fuel, for aviation fuel.
Right. So they go to the fuel depot.
Yeah.
And they take his car because Sully's car's too fucked, even though it wasn't earlier.
Yeah, they destroy everyone's cars.
Yeah, so they take his stolen car, which, the police are probably looking for.
Yeah.
But they take that to go to this fuel depot, and they find it, but it's also like the black market.
Yeah, I
don't know.
There's
like arms
some
deals
sort of arms,
going on. Yeah.
Like,
it's some warehouse in
shit.
California
Yeah.
where there's people selling like fucking ground-to-air missile launchers and all this
entirely
stuff.
populated by citizens of Valverde.
Yeah, all these like foreigners.
Yeah, who can't come in unchecked.
Yeah, so Arnold just starts killing a few people quietly.
Well, he sneaks in first of all, and then just gives up.
Yeah. And then he finds a map.
Yeah.
And he does some navigation stuff to find out where Jenny is.
He gets a ruler, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is where we have to go.
Yeah, they've bought this much fuel, so they're going this far. Like, this could be just any map.
Yeah.
But whatever, it makes no sense. But he looks at a map and he figures out that Jenny is on some island, which is about 2 hours off the coast of California.
Yeah. And this is where Radon Chung goes, the fuel receipt. Look, it's Type 4 fuel, which is for amphibious planes. Fuck off. Why would it need different fuel? It just needs fuel.
Yeah, like, there are... So there's, like, jet fuel, which you put into, big airplanes. Yeah. Then you have something called like avgas, which is slightly different. That goes into like helicopters and smaller planes. But like a small plane and an amphibious plane, they don't need different fuel.
No, they don't need different fuel.
Sizes
it's
do.
Just fuel.
But like, it's just fucking. Oh gosh. And then this is where. So they found out where they're going, and they need to go there to get Jenny. So Arnold steals a digger from somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going shopping.
Yeah. Shopping.
Shopping.
We got shopping with Lassie. Our Arnold voices are off today. He steals a digger and crashes it into a gun shop to rob the place.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, the police show up.
Yeah.
And arrest him.
I mean, they could have broken in quietly, surely.
Yeah, this is like an Navy SEAL Commando ninja guy. Like, subtlety, smash straight through the fucking...
Just drive through. And then just leisurely start filling up trolleys and stuff.
Yeah.
With we get a ammoing up montage kind of thing.
It's like, the police are coming. Yeah, they do. They show up and he's arrested. Because of obviously.
But not Cindy.
No, because she's hiding around the back or something.
Really? I don't know. They're just grab the big guy, leave the woman.
The thing is, when he's arrested... He says to them, if you call General Kirby, he'll explain everything.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you call General Kirby?
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have to rob a gun shop.
Because he's an army dude. And he must have guns.
But if he calls the army, he can
get
guns. And him and all the army can go and gun. Why is he... It doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, dear.
We've got 5 hours and 2 minutes left as well to kill everyone.
But so he's
Cindy just follows the meat wagon. This is one of my favourite bits.
He's driven off in the paddy wagon.
Yeah.
And Cindy decides, I need to free him. I know. I'll fire a rocket launcher that they definitely sell in this gun shop in California. I'll fire this rocket launcher into the van and that will free him.
Yep.
No.
Now, she fires it the wrong way the first time, probably killing innocent people.
Or at least doing a lot of fucking damage.
A lot of property damage. Then she spins it around and she manages to shoot the wagon this time, which knocks her over. It didn't knock her over the first time, but this time it does. So it's all blown up. Luckily, the police we see climb out. They're unhurt. Matrix literally steps out coughing a little bit. And then he goes, where did you learn how to do that? And she goes, I read the instructions. It's such a great line.
There is actually, when they're going through the gun shop,
there's
actually a shot where you do see like a manual for the rocket launcher.
But is she reading it? I just assumed there was a label on it. And she was like, while she's driving, she's like, fire this way.
So they arrive at the dock where this seaplane is.
Yeah.
Because,
it was thrown in earlier that she's getting a pilot's license.
Yes, which Cindy hopes she can fly it.
Yeah.
And some random army men show up and start shooting at them.
I assume they're Valverde army men.
Why are they in California?
Well, they was all in the warehouse.
Is that the same people?
I guess so. They followed him from the warehouse.
Well, they followed him from the warehouse to the gun shop, watched him get arrested, then watched him break out of the prison van.
Yeah, and now they're shooting at him.
And then Cindy starts complaining that whilst under fire, that the plane's really old and she doesn't know how to work it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're being shot at. Shut the fuck up and just get it started.
Well, Matrix Fonzie's it.
Yes,
he just hits it and it starts. And it goes, works every time.
Oh, gosh.
This is where we get Bill Paxton.
Yes.
They take off and they're flying, and then they're getting from the Navy, I guess. Okay, like, you can't fly through here, we'll shoot you down. And it's Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Yeah, Arnold contacts Kirby finally via Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
But I said, why didn't he just go to a fucking phone booth, a payphone, and call him? No, well, whatever. And then we just have a scene of Tan Dan, Tully, and YMCA Vernon Wells just tough talking for a bit.
Well, Bennett's just banging on about how great Matrix is.
But yeah, he loves him.
Yeah, like if me and Matrix kill all the people, me and Matrix are great together.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you see, he's going to come after you because you've got his daughter. Even if you kill his daughter, he'll still come after you and kill you. He won't be able to kill me, though, because I've got one thing. His daughter. What you said made no sense. Everyone that heard that is dumber. It's just like one of those moments. You're like, what?
Just cuts back to Dan Hedaya just being like,
what are you on about?
What?
How much cocaine have you done?
Yeah, and then he goes, tell you what I think. You're the one that's scared.
Just doesn't make any sense.
No, I ain't. And then he goes, yeah, I am, because I'm smart.
Plus, I've got his daughter. Actually, I am his daughter. But if you kill his daughter, he'll still kill you. He won't kill me because I have his daughter. What are you saying, man? Shut up.
There's another daughter. Is there another daughter that you have? No, the same daughter. Oh.
Are we sharing the daughter? Don't like that, mate.
No, Sully was trying to. But we killed. He's dead now.
But we don't know.
Everyone's the better off for it. Oh yeah, but we don't. But he's probably dead because Matrix is great.
So one of the screenwriter did say, I think it was like afterwards or like years later in an interview, the whole point of Vernon Wells' character, what's he actually called? Bennett. Yeah, he says he is in love with John Matrix.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah, he loves him, but also he wants to kill him because he loves him.
Because he doesn't. The love is not reciprocated.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, anyway,
Arnold
and Cindy arrive at the secret island, which is just two hours away from California.
Yeah,
just there it is,
and nobody's ever seen it before.
Nope, it hasn't got a name.
No,
it's very small. It's all owned by this one former dictator.
Yeah,
just there off the coast of California.
And he goes park over there or land over there because that's the most secretive bit. Like, they'll never see us coming on this tiny island flying in.
This one plane.
Yeah.
So how do you know that's the most secretive bit?
Just do it. Land there now. Come on. The plane. Shh.
So yeah, they land. Obviously, remember it's a seaplane, so they land a little
in
bit
the
out,
sea. Yeah,
in the sea. And then Arnold strips down to his briefs for some reason.
Yeah.
To row a rubber dinghy to shore.
And he's clearly oiled himself up before he gets in the dinghy. He is greasy as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
He tries to grab the oars. He's like, oh, I can't row. Just can't get any purchase on anything. Sliding around in the dinghy.
Greased up fucking baby in a bowl. Can't get out. So he gets to shore and we have a suit up montage. Yeah, with knives and all the stuff he stole from the gun shop.
And some makeup he puts on.
Yep. Yeah, what we see on the poster. And then we have just a sort of a shot where we see the plane that was heading to Val Verde has arrived.
Yeah.
And Stanley from The Office, that one episode of When I Go to Florida, his corpse has arrived.
Yeah.
And whoever's meant to meet him, they phone Tully, Tan Dan, to say he's dead.
Yeah.
And John Matrix ain't here. It's like, shit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Also,
I knew this would bloody happen.
Stanley's body has decomposed a lot in those 11 hours.
Oh, God, he's like green. He looks like something out of Day of the Fucking Dead.
He looks like something out of the Michael Jackson Thriller video.
In 11 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the air pressure. I don't know. So, on the island, Arnold arrives at their base on the island. Their, secret base mansion thing.
Yeah.
And just starts killing fucking everybody. Everyone. He gets he's shooting him, he's slitting throats, the double knife throw.
Oh yeah. There's some fantastic bits.
Also, these guys can't shoot.
Up.
Yeah, these guys can't shoot for shit.
No, look, for
he
the
stood
rest of
right
the film,
there.
Literally, I was convinced that they've been lied to. There's all of these weapons are fully loaded. No worries. There's no bullets in any of these.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Tan Dan was just saving on money and gave all of his men, his henchmen, blanks.
Which, in hindsight, was a mistake.
Yes, I think he might have given himself blanks as well.
Yeah. This point, Jenny MacGyver's her way out of the room. She nicks the door handle.
Oh yeah,
and forces open a wooden panel and just runs away.
Yeah. Also, John blows everything up, every building in sight.
Everything, completely.
You see him plant are they claymores? Two claymores. Yeah, but these 2 claymores blow up
everything.
7 different buildings all at once.
Yeah, because there's no way he had time to plant enough claymores to do that much damage.
No,
not at all. There's a really cool bit where some guys come round on a Jeep and he gets to use the rocket launcher again.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a stunt that was fucking dangerous to do and probably wouldn't be allowed now, because that thing blows up. The Jeep blows up and there are men on it, real men on that Jeep, and it blows up and it looks like people were hurt.
So yeah, Bennett, he goes to kill the daughter because he's here, but she's escaped, like you said. Say Arnold, bazookas a bunch of people. Cindy messages Kirby, the army general. Arnold just carries on killing just fucking swarms of people.
There's a really obvious blooper in this bit. It's a bit, he chucks a couple of grenades at these guys and these guys fly through the air, but you can see the launch pads in the background. So he literally, they obviously cut to it while these guys are just in the air, but you can see these launch pads flapping about behind them.
But yeah, he's machine gunning people, then it's like he's killing people with a machine gun. Next shot, he's got a handgun. Next shot, he's got a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
He's just
flipping guns around.
He's just throwing the guns away. He doesn't reload them. He's just throwing them around. Then he goes and hides in a garden shed.
Yeah, he loves a shed, does Matrix. loves a shed.
He hides in the garden shed. They surround it. They shoot the fuck out of it.
Right, this is a group of clearly white blokes, in as much tan as Dan Hedaya, and wearing really quite stereotypical big Mexican moustaches and stuck on sideburns.
They shoot the shit out of it. Of course, they don't kill him because he's hiding in the roof bit of the shed.
Yeah,
and then he comes out and kills them with a fucking pitchfork.
He gardening tools all of them to death.
Yeah, he's got the pitchfork. He's got the saw blades. He just starts throwing at people. And then after he's killed all them, he somehow again gets on the roof of the building.
Yeah. Just running around the roof.
Up I go. What? How? How is he doing this?
He carries a fucking
there's
extendable ladder.
There's a lot of things in this film. You're like, why or how? But that is my main. How does he just in a one foul swoop? I'm on the roof.
Batman's up there.
Fuck knows.
This is it. Jenny runs
into the Freddy Krueger's basement.
Into the set of Nightmare on Elm Street, which apparently is under the house.
Yeah.
I mean, there is levels to this, fucking pipes everywhere, huge furnaces. Why does this house have that?
I don't know. Boiler, the utility.
It's not a fucking
area.
Boiler room.
It's not even a room. It's
even a house that
huge.
Big doesn't need. Yeah, I mean, this must go underground to quite a distance.
Yeah, Bennett's chasing Alyssa Milano through Freddy's fucking lair.
Yeah,
and then is this where? Tan Dan. He starts shooting at fucking Arnold.
Yeah, which
and they have a shoot off, and basically Arnold kills Tully Tan Dan. Well, he kills his stunt double.
Yeah, he shoots him.
Really
and there's a bit where he falls back towards the balcony, and he lands. There's no way he's going over that balcony.
No
way at all. And then it flicks over to the next scene, and he's spinning over the balcony.
Also, it's definitely not Dan Hedaya.
Oh, absolutely not. He'd left an hour before this was even taking place.
Then, meanwhile, downstairs in Freddy's basement, Bennett has captured Alyssa Milano.
This is Bennett's big scene.
Yeah, and Arnold shows up because he knows exactly where they are.
Yeah,
in this huge complex.
In this huge, massive nightmare dreamscape.
Yeah, they're downstairs. Bennett shoots Arnold in the arm.
And immediately goes, John, how's your arm? I fucking love it.
It's like, John, could you just pop your head out so I can shoot you? Come on, just put your head out and I'll shoot you.
Right between the eyes.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not doing that. Come on. Can you just make this easy for me? Please. So he doesn't. And then Arnold's like, let's have a knife fight instead.
Yeah. This is where he says, like, come on, Bennett, let's party.
That's right. And what a party.
Yeah.
So yeah, him and Bennett have a knife fight for fucking ages.
Weird, fucking unhinged face-off where they're kind of dancing around each other and slashing each other, and Bennett's just going like, Bennett's nuts. I'm gonna fucking kill ya. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm gonna put you in a fucking furnace. I'm gonna put you in the furnace.
It goes on for a while.
At one point, Bennett is electrocuted.
Yeah,
and then he's just fine.
And then he's better than ever. Like, he gets electrocuted, and it just almost like re-energizes him. He's like, comes back, and he's like, yeah, let's go.
Eventually, Arnold gets bored, I guess.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, that knife fight is probably the most boring scene in the film.
Weirdly, yeah.
Arnold gets bored and rips a pipe off the wall and throws it
Javelins
so hard
it into him. Yep.
It impales Bennett through his chainmail in through the wall, and steam starts coming out at the end of the pipe. It's let off some steam, Bennett.
Classic.
Yep. And then, so he's dead. That's that done.
Right, no, it goes the whole let off some steam, Bennett thing, and then he like looks up, and Jenny stood above there, and she is weirdly pleased by this whole. She's just smiling, like she's just watched her dad impale a guy, like, and have a boring knife fight, and then impale a guy, and then she's just like, oh, cheers, Dad,
Daddy,
yeah,
yay,
thanks. Hey. Like, weird.
So that's over. Kirby and his men finally fucking show up.
Way too late.
Yeah, way too late. And Arnold just kind of goes home in the stolen seaplane.
Yeah, but they're allowed to keep that now. That's theirs.
Even though there's like the army there with helicopters and everything. Like, do you want to ride home? Nah, I'm going to take this thing we stole. Do you want to? Nah, we're keeping this.
It's like Kirby tries
Who's that woman, by the way?
Kirby tries to set up a sequel.
He does.
And he goes like, we'll give you another like unit and stuff, and you can come back. And
no, he says, I want to put your unit back together.
Yeah, unit back together.
They're dead.
Yeah.
They're all fucking dead. He just murdered the half that just murdered the other half. There is no unit to put back together, Kirby. We're not watching the film.
But yeah, then Arnie's like, this was the last time. And he goes, until the next time. And Arnie's like, no. No.
I'm definitely going now.
Yeah, no chance.
It's
Fuck off. I'm done.
It's like him looking into the camera and be like, there will be no sequel.
Yeah, there's no sequel to this film.
Bye.
Don't even try it.
And yeah, he flies off with Cindy, who I guess is now...
Jenny's stepmom, I guess.
Yeah, and Jenny, and that's the end.
That is the end.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, there's no way of making that any longer. This film is exactly what it is. It's just, there's a kidnapping at the beginning, and then everyone dies.
Yeah, basically. What did you think?
I fucking love it. It's not one of the best written... It's probably not even one of Arnie's best films, but I fucking love it. It's so good. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is like the quintessential dumb as fuck 80s action movie. It really is.
The plot is minuscule. Like, it's literally, how can we get Arnie to kill loads of people? Oh, he's got a daughter. They kidnap her. Why? Forget that. We'll figure that out later.
This is the thing. This film, like, it seems like so stereotypical and like a cliche of so many other films. This one came first.
Yeah.
This is what they all fucking ripped off. This is the original big, dumb, muscle-bound, kill them all.
I feel like this is the reason the Rambo films became these one-man army films. Like, after,
basically,
just, ridiculous.
I think the first Rambo, just before this, wasn't it?
Well, First Blood was a
79?
fairly well-written film. Like,
First Blood's a really good film.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like, let's take that, but just dumb as fuck. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. Also, it's violent. Like, it's just dumb, violent. It's 90 minutes of just, fuck yeah, popcorn.
Absolutely, yeah. And the fact that one man can go up against an entire army who are all of them firing bullets at him and not get where he gets hit.
He gets a couple of cuts.
Yeah, a couple of nicks here and there.
And Bennett shoots him at the end, but
But he's just like whirling guns around and just taking everybody out. It's just absurd, but brilliant.
Also, the pacing of this film.
Oh yeah, it never lets up.
It doesn't.
Never lets up.
It just does not stop. Like I said, the most boring part is the knife fight at the end. The rest of it is just go, go, go. It's fucking ridiculous. Love it.
Yeah.
If you like 80s action films, this ain't like, it's not as like smart as say First Blood or as intense as like Predator, but it's fucking fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's another case of like does exactly what it says on the tin. Basically, it's just like if you want to see Arnie blow loads of people up fucking ridiculously and kill loads of people, then this is the film.
Yeah. Some trivias. Vernon Wells described his look as Freddie Mercury on steroids.
Yep,
which is accurate.
Yep.
The shopping mall is the same one used in Terminator 2.
All right.
Yeah. There was a sex scene shot between John Matrix and Cindy, but they cut it out because apparently it was unconvincing.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be. I mean, like, she's a great character, but there's no there chemistry there.
No, and also there isn't actually like any kind of like sexual chemistry or
not at all. There's
apparently
no
romance
reason for them to hook up.
No, these characters just kind of seem like he's a laugh.
Yeah,
that's it. It's like they friend zoned each other immediately.
Yeah,
and they're both fine with it. There is no like sexual tension between them whatsoever.
No, so, that would have been too weird.
Yeah, good for them for cutting it out. Body count 109. Nice. Yeah, that's a good thing.
How many of them were killed by Arnie?
102. Or was it 107? I think it was 100. No, 100. I can't remember. It was most.
102 sounds right because there's this.
Yes.
Well, Bennett doesn't actually die.
I suppose, yeah. This film has more stunt performers than actual cast members. Actors in it. By about 14 more.
They'll be the guys with the fake mustache.
Yeah.
Moustaches.
Arnold Schwarzenegger somehow managed to stab himself with a knife during filming and required stitches. Which ended the pointy end gore. Ow!
That's the only time Matrix gets hurt in the whole film is when he stabs himself.
Yeah, pretty much. And my favourite, Mark Lester, the director, actually wanted and asked Arnold to, for realsies, dangle David Patrick Kelly off an edge of the cliff.
What?
Yeah.
What? With no,
nothing.
I think he's like, I mean, that's a human being.
Yeah.
Like an adult. I know he's tiny, but he's an adult male. Like, even Arnie, what does he actually think? Does he think Arnie's the Terminator?
This is the thing. I couldn't find it again, but years ago I read that the scene at the beginning where he's carrying the entire tree.
Yeah.
The director again wanted him to actually carry a tree.
It's like,
and Arnold's
he's bought into the illusion of Arnie, isn't he?
He's like, that's not possible. That isn't actually possible. It's like, why not? It's like, well,
he's not Conan.
Yeah,
he's Arnold.
Arnold, he's strong as fuck.
Yeah,
like could lift something like
Mr. Universe or whatever he was.
I think he could like deadlift something like 200 kilos. Like it's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
So he probably could easily dangle David Patrick Kelly by holding him. But
not for long though. Not to have a whole conversation with him.
Exactly. And if it should go wrong, he would actually die.
Yeah.
And the tree, no. Like, just actually having that conversation with, like, that isn't actually humanly possible. Oh, okay.
Jesus, surely even their lawyers were going like, no, Mark, no.
But he's strong.
Yeah.
He's my strong man. I want him to do strong things.
He's the strongest.
Yes.
Like,
no, it doesn't
can't
work
tell me
like
he
that.
Can't.
Okay, we'll get a crane in for health and safety. No, not for health and safety, because it isn't physically possible, Mark, to carry a tree.
How about we put him on the crane and then Arnie lifts the crane?
But yeah, eventually they got a fake tree and hooked David Patrick Kelly up to a crane.
Fucking hell. That's ridiculous.
That is, redonkulous. What did you guys think? I think I actually forgot to fucking put these down.
I got a few on Facebook.
Well, you read them while I look if I actually saved the other ones. Because they're on my phone, but I haven't got my phone at the moment.
Right. James West, guy I went to school with, says, I wish in this film they explained the technology that stopped the bad guy's bullets from ever hitting him.
Blanks.
Yeah, blanks. We've explained it. It was cost-cutting by the Valverde.
Yeah, is it Die Hard 2 where they stitch them all up and it turns out they've all got blanks?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
There's a scene in Die Hard 2 where it turns out that they've literally given a load of people blanks. Like,
oh my god, I don't even remember that. It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's also a Christmas film, by the way.
Die Hard 2,
yeah.
George McStoker, a friend of mine, absolute fantastic pacing, never gets slow or dull for a second. Bennett may be the funniest villain ever put to film. You know he can't physically threaten Arnie, but that fantastic chainmail vest, the moustache, the final fight is just something else. It's a personal favourite movie, not even a guilty pleasure. Everyone I've shown it to thought it was going to be a mindless action movie, but left thoroughly entertained.
Thoroughly entertained is,
Chris Woodford, friend of mine, he was the one, the ultimate Highlander fan that went to visit the places and all sorts. He said,
has he been to Valverde?
He said it's all about the soundtrack, Power Station, We Fight for Love, so good.
Is that the song at the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is 80s.
Luke Watson just sent a video, so I can't do anything with that. Joey Draper, I love that movie. The one-liners are brilliantly over the top. The only thing I hate is the self-repairing yellow sports car.
Yeah. It's fucked. It's fine. It's fucked. There was one from Dead Good Teas that said Old Gold, and there was another one from something street names that I can't remember. It's on my phone. I haven't got my phone on me. All right. But thanks anyway for your contribution.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yes. I think that's it.
Yeah, well, I think, can't do any more.
Can't do any more damage than Arnold.
No.
And as we said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe, and if you liked it you can just tell your friends, I heard this podcast, it was really funny, and like you should check it out. And Charles, yeah, check out this, it's awesome. Cool, we will see you next time.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.